So you head down towards the beach, towards the oak light, and
Well, before I do, I would like to stop at a blacksmith, see if there's any possible way to pick up some kind of silvered weapon. I ran into lycanthrope. I don't, and he was talking about maybe experimenting on more. I don't know if there's more. It may be good just to have one of me. They may not have anything, but if they do, even if it's just like a sword, a mace, a dagger, something.
all right. Over on Tower Street, you've got Sava's Armory. You notice this place looks like it's been burnt before. Like, just some of the buildings have, there's scorched, like there was a fire that tried to spread through this area of town. And, see. You're greeted by Sava Benvanski. She seems like she's pretty chipper, and this place is loaded with all types of weapons. I can't probably show there's a silver weapon here. She says, she kind of looks you up and down. You look like you're too fancy for a place like this. She's like, but I know who you are. What brings you here, Master Tornhart? What weapon can I offer you that's not as fine as a weapon on your hip?
Well, I tell him. Oh wait, is that her? Yeah,
It's her.
I tell her one that is silvered.
Silver, you say?
It is good to be prepared to whatever, or for whatever that may attack you. And I found out that I am missing a silver weapon in my arsenal. I thought my magic could cover more.
Scared of werewolves?
Yep.
No one's ever seen a werewolf here. She's like, but I hear rumors you got them rat folk up in your city up north.
We do.
I know towards northeast up the river. There's used to be quite the community of lycanthropes up there. You plan on hunting down some beasties?
If need be, I want the tools at my disposal to take care of anything that could crop up.
Alright. Roll percentiles, you need 71% or up.
To find a silver.
See if she's got one.
41. Nope.
She's like, well, it's like can't say that I got anything here like that.
I understand. I just wanted to check.
Not what you would typically find in this area.
No, nope.
She's like, most people come through here looking for weapons to catch goblins. I can't help you with any were-rats, lycanthropes,
That's
werewolves.
fine. I just wanted to check, make sure to see if there was possibly something.
And I tell you what, you're a wealthy man. You've got some silver. I can make you one.
Will silver coin
Yeah,
work?
silver's silver.
How long will that take?
Yeah, I can probably have it done by late in the evening. Just a dagger. That's your one, I assume. If you want a bigger weapon, it's going to take a lot longer.
A dagger. LD4 getting through full damage is going to be probably better than a dagger will work. A dagger will work.
How many silver are you going to give her?
What's a gold? 10 silver.
10 silver. 10 silver.
I asked her. If,
Give her 20.
20. I'll
Just in case.
I'll say I'll give her 5 gold. Make what you can. The rest is yours. I figure that'll pay for it, correct?
Fair enough. Yeah, that'll pay for it. Fair enough. She's like, I give you till about 9 tonight.
Sure.
Because I'll say it's probably close to 2 by now. And, like, I'll get it done. So now, are you going to see the sage?
Yeah.
It's not that far from where you're at. Walk up and it's a well-built building. This building, though it seems old, seems like it was built very well. And there's an old man, there you go, with his cat sitting on the front porch of his home.
He's correct.
He's human, yes.
That is him.
And he's got a book in his hand. And as you approach, he kind of looks up at you, down his nose, underneath his glasses. He says, "Ruler of Riddleport." Tell me, has anybody solved the mystery of the arch?
No, they haven't.
So I still have a chance.
Um,
Tells you, kept telling a lie so you wouldn't figure it out.
who?
You would know this is Elias Tamerhawk. It's like Mars' partner.
Oh, okay.
He runs the Order of the Ciphers.
Okay. Yeah, if that's something you're interested in, looking over, you're more than welcome to come and take a look at our arches.
He says, I've been there, but I'm not worried about it just yet if he hasn't figured it out. The only thing he's got on me is his youth.
Okay.
So, I've got time. If he hasn't figured it out by now with all of them in there, he won't figure it out anytime soon. You're as you're talking to him, you can't help but keep looking to your right at the old light, because this place was massive as you rounded out in the port, come in, but now that you're so close to it, you're just in awe, of the size of it, because the only thing you've ever seen that will remotely come this tall would be a mountain to you.
It's enormous.
Yes, it is enormous. Its width is almost, I would say, 4 times the size of Wisher's Well.
Okay. I tell him that I found out what was the bottom of Wisher's Well, and I was told that you may be interested in such a thing.
He kind of, closes his book and he straightens up. I'm in the bottom of the well, have you?
I have
What was there?
no
magic.
a stream, a river. I mean, it was deeper than I could touch bottom.
That doesn't surprise me, knowing the caverns that run through the Devil's Platter. I would not be surprised to find an underground river underneath it.
Let's see, was that worked?
The Wisher's Well is worked.
Was
but the cavern, no,
okay.
it's natural.
Okay. I actually found it because I was running someone down looking for. I was on a manhunt, and he headed down out of the asylum into a secret door. Ended up at that river, and I don't know which way he went. I chose one, and I guess he lost me.
He kind of chuckles. Ruler of Riddleport, bounty hunter.
I'm a jack of many trades, master of none.
A man like you could be very useful. You don't get a lot of people like that anymore. So tell me, was there any magic in Wisher's Well?
None. I guess I tell him whenever I think of magic, I think of items. I think of swords, armor, stones, things like that. I didn't see anything like that, but I did not have time to stop and investigate.
He's like, I always thought Wisher's Well was the place of dead magic. The old light used to be magic. You can look within its walls and see where the raw arcane energy would shoot up in it. I believe that thing was a weapon. Wisher's Well baffles me. It is literally a giant well, no different than a well children would toss coppers in.
Just a lot taller.
Made for folk bigger than me or you.
And I kind of point at the light.
He says, a time before our time.
Mm-hmm.
Time before man.
Mm-hmm. I like to get a hold of some of them skeletons and raise them up.
Jesus. Anyways, it's like, so, what brings you here?
Well, really, I just wanted to come over here and let you know about the well, but now you've kind of piqued my curiosity with the light. What's going on? I mean, what makes you, what kind of weapon do you believe it is? What kind of...
Don't know. As you can tell, its top's been crumbled for centuries, millennia.
Is it, would you care, is this your,
Oh no.
is this yours?
It's a monument. It's a testament to how old Borussia Valorian, for all we know, is. I'm curious if even Wisher's Well at one time might have been one of these, and just reconstruction.
Yeah.
But I tell you, you find no magic there. It's dead.
At Wisher's Well.
Mm-hmm.
I may head over to the light. Would you like to accompany me?
Oh no, I've been at the light more times than I care to count.
Is there anything I should look for if I walk over there? Any interesting
No,
things?
I assure you there will be nothing you'll find at the light.
I'm gonna go up there and just peek around a little bit, see if there's something.
Said, I assure you, despite the shape it looks, it won't crumble with you in it.
Well, that's good.
It would take quite the amount of force to crumble that tower. And he kind of, like shrinks down to look underneath his porch roof to look up at it. He's like, well, it makes you wonder,
What did that?
what did that?
Yeah.
That is sturdier and more well crafted than any fire giant could make. And the beings that made it were bigger than the giants.
Yeah. He was talking about the arcane energies that shoot out of it. If that still happens, or
No. Magic in it is long dead.
okay.
It's like, tells you there are old runes within, but none can read them. It's a language lost to all who can read. A lot of the same runes mark the arch in the report,
Yeah.
but none are at Wisher's Well. It's kind of odd.
I didn't see any runes, did I?
Mm-hmm. So tell me, why would you chase a man through Wisher's Well? He says you don't look like the type that dives into caves. I see no rope, no climbing gear.
I'm actually do have rope. Well, I guess really the rope's still around.
Yeah,
The
because I took
the
her.
prostitute, yeah. I have means of getting places that I need to go, even if ropes and climbing gear is unavailable. I'm able to,
Use the magics.
yes.
It's kind of obvious. Like, I know a mage when I see one. And when he does, he kind of opens his book back up, and it's spells.
Spell book. Mine are partly learned like yours. Mine are partly granted through
The divine.
a higher power.
So you dabble in a little of both. You are a jack of many trades.
It's gotten me this far.
So tell me, why chase a man?
There is a
Unless the man is the Sandpoint devil. There's been no men worth chasing since the skin saw murders, but that's been years ago.
the Sandpoint Devil. That's what the kids were talking about, wasn't it?
Mhm.
The skin saw murders. What did those consist of? Was this person caught?
They just stopped.
I have something like that in my hometown.
You did.
Yeah.
That happened a long time. But then again, it didn't happen till a long time, and all of a sudden it started back.
Yep.
He says, the Ripper.
Yeah.
Right, good Ripper.
The Ripper.
The Ripper's reputation was well known. We even thought that maybe that they were the same person, but no. The Ripper was very dedicated to his work. The skin saw literally just took the skin of his victims. Preferably from around the collarbone to the top of the head. Almost like he wanted a mask. For all you know, I can be the skin saw killer. And this is not even my face. But I assure you, at my age, my skin would look a lot worse.
Was it Joe?
Maybe. What was Joe wearing?
Orc.
He was wearing an orc skin.
Yeah.
Thought he was an orc.
Yeah. How long? That's odd to me that two places with a ruin had. I mean, it could be a coincidence, but had these serial killer types.
Mm-hmm.
When was that going on? Was this recent? I mean, was this?
Oh, it's been years ago.
Okay.
4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
He's never caught him. It's almost like his work was done.
Well, the reason I was chasing a man was I am very interested in things of the occult, things that bring power, things that power, I guess, really. And there was a group in my town that is gone now, and I was told that there's a possibility that they're here.
He just kind of looks at you odd. What do you mean? And he said, talking about remarking his men,
No.
but he didn't dabble in the occult. He was just a pirate.
Yeah, not Cromartie. Not Cromartie.
Before you say anything, choose your words wisely.
Yeah, I know.
You've already caused quite a stir in your short stay here at Sandpoint.
Well, he's friends of the Cypher, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And the Cypher knows about this other group.
Mm-hmm.
Or, oh no, it was the Eye, wasn't it?
Varless.
Yeah, it was the Eye.
The Order of Ciphers and the Eye of the Arcane are two different groups.
Yeah.
You've never seen Varless talk to Elias Tamrock about any of that.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking that it was the Cipher that was fighting, but it was the Eye of the Arcane that was fighting.
It was Elias Tamarok helped at the end because he's a powerful mage, and he had joined Varlas because it was him, Varlas, and the lady in the green.
Well, then basically, I mean, that's what he asked me, you know, what am I talking about, and that's what I'll tell him is I'm looking for other sects of this group, and you know, rumors spread, hearsay, could be lies, could be true. I was looking for.
Good.
I was looking into the possibility of one of those being around here. I had to help drive them out of my town with a group in my hometown before I was able to take overseas power, things like that.
He looks at you. You trying to hide anything here?
Everyone hides something.
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. Because you're kind of being open without saying what it is. So I'm rolling an insight on you here.
Yes, I am. I'm trying to hide my. Whenever I first started speaking, I was thinking I was thinking that Varlas was part of this, but then I remembered it was the Eye that he was a part of. So yeah, now I'm backtracking a little bit and trying to keep Varlas's name out of this. Basically.
Roll me deception.
Okay.
I have 19 over here.
Okay. 19. How does that work?
Roll me off. We're just gonna do D6.
All right, a 6.
Beat a 4.
All right. My shit dies here. Oh, 1.
Well, shit, didn't it?
Yeah.
He kind of looks at you, and he could tell it's like you're hiding things and trying to work around what you're talking about, but he doesn't say anything. But you can gather he's kind of like trying to put stuff together as you're listening. He's listening very intently. He says, if there's things you need to say, speak up, boy. He kind of looks around and he's like, I assure you, no one's listening. Does any of this have to do with what Master El-Sari has in his basement?
That's where the vampire is?
No, El-Sari, remember how he has all the
all
oddities
the trinkets and stuff like
and
that?
stuff in his basement?
He's the reason I came here to speak with him over something that my good friend told me. He had either acquired or talked to a man that was part of the group I was looking for.
What's the name of this group?
The We Who Whisper Woes.
Let's see what he would know. That would be a 22. He just looks really hard at you.
I'll say that's the group that was in my town. I'll say they're gone. There's also another sect that's gone. From right now, what I know, there's 3 more, and they need to be gone.
He says, where did you hear this We Who Whisper Woes? You can tell he's very curious to when you say this.
I heard about it in Report. That was the very first place I heard about it. I actually knew that was in it. And he defected.
And where is he?
Still in Report. Where? What time of the day is it?
2.
He's asleep.
In that town, that does not surprise me because it's Riddleport. Tells you I have not heard of We Who Whisper Woes in about 40 years. Says it was in my younger days. There was rumors of such a group in Corvosa. Recruiting people out of the academies there, both arcane and the divine, studying necromancy, but no one could ever find them.
In the beginning of my adventuring life, I came into a town overrun by the undead. What was the name of that town? I want to say Ravenport. Is that-
Close, Raven.
It's not Ravenloft, but
No, it's not Ravenloft. Really was
well, 12.
You know, it's Raven something.
I'll fumble over my words and I'll say Raven something. I can't remember.
Says more
Raven, yeah.
up the river.
I'll say they were me and a group of a few people that I once adventured with came upon it, and I know I found out later there was a section of this group there. I was working out of Riddleport at the time, and I don't think I knew about it just then. I found out about that later.
Because Wes knew about it.
Wes knew about it, yeah. And I'll say my friend was actually a part of it at that time, and he turned his back in a coup move, and the Cypher was able to step in and help take him out.
So your friend was a part of it. So you know where they were.
I do.
In a report.
I do know where they were.
What do you know about them?
And
as you're talking, he just opens his door as you're talking, and you just keep going on. And he goes and grabs a book.
okay, I was like, what's he doing?
And a quill and a pen. And as you're talking, he go on, and he starts writing down everything you're telling him.
What was his question again?
What do you know of them? Because if you've known someone who was with them, they must know something. And in turn, if you know of them, he must have told you things.
I know that there are certain men that head up the groups called High Fathers.
Just rolling some dice.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
The arcane eye that we have, or wait a minute, no.
You notice, and as you're talking, this book he's got, when you start talking, he's writing down, and there's just a couple pages that's been used in it.
Does okay? Let me ask you a question real quick. Is the arcane eye? You know, it's big, but is it known? Like they openly patrol the streets. You said, right?
They are known in Riddleport, yes.
Okay, that's what I need to know. I'll say the arcane eye were also involved in taking them down. They were enemies.
I know the Eye. Elias has friends within the Eye, or the ciphers, or the brains. You could say the Eye is the muscle.
I've been introduced to some of the people in the Eye.
So have I. And he just kind of looks at you like he knows.
I'm sure you've heard that Riddleport is now controlled by 3 people.
Yes, you.
Me.
Varless.
Yeah, okay. I'll say, Varless is...
And this woman who runs a brothel and casino.
Very nice, actually. If you come into town, I invite you stopping by.
I have no desire to go in a place that mimics the infinite layers of the abyss.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
To mock demons, as to eventually bring their wrath upon you. And in your mind goes to this cell and the symbol you see.
Yeah, because he was talking about demon blood or something or no,
Devil's blood.
Devil's blood. Yeah.
That was what the sheriff was talking about.
Yeah. I ask if I can borrow the quill. I'll sketch out something that I've seen in my manhunt for this man.
He says, does it pertain to what you're speaking of?
It pertains to my run through, Wisher's Well. I've seen something within the asylum.
Well, he's asking, is it tied to what you're talking about now?
Not that I know of.
Says, when he kind of opens a page in his book that's blank towards the middle and hands you the quill.
I'll sketch out that.
You get about halfway through and he pulls the book.
Okay.
Says, do not dare write that in here.
Okay.
And he takes it and he, with a flame, says, no. You ride a horse of death. You bring a monstrosity of death. You speak of death. Says, I can read the death on you, and you write his name in this book.
I know nothing of him.
He is the demon lord of ghouls and
that's
ghast.
Orcus?
No. Where did you see this?
This was in Habe's. Was it let's see, where the stairs going down or up?
Down.
This was in Habe's basement.
And his children were there, were they not?
Yeah.
Are they alive?
No, they're definitely dead. I don't know if they're double dead. They're dead.
Good point.
When he says that, I become very unsure of this guy because he knows about it.
Tells you we need to let the sheriff know to take care of them.
Of the children?
We do not need them spreading.
Oh, I informed the sheriff that...
Now you're going to tell me what you were after is tied into what you were talking about.
What I was after is tied to what?
Your necromancy in Corvosa.
Oh.
With the we who whisper woes. He can read the necromancy energy on you. You are to draw a sign of a demon lord that deals with undeath. And then you're talking about his children and his name written in this basement.
Mm-hmm. The reason I came here, like I said, was I was given a tip that this cult could be here, so I guess maybe the cult is tied to this god. And I found it in Habe's basement. He's the one that was running from me, the doctor of the insane asylum. I'll briefly give him the story of what I found, the notes and stuff like that about how he was experimenting and things like that. That's why I was there.
So you're saying one of these three places is here.
Yes.
Have you told the sheriff
That they're. Well, I told the sheriff that what he was doing in the asylum. And that there were undead in a cage down there, but it was on fire.
and you have told him nothing of he who gnaws?
Did I pass that check? I
You
don't.
didn't tell him anything of the demon.
No. Yeah, I didn't. No.
And he says, with luck, you know the building was on fire, correct?
Yes.
The fire will consume them and be rid of that evidence. You do not need to bring that fear to this town.
Well, that's the reason I haven't said anything about the way who whispers woes. I don't want these people to fear. I've kept it secret. And at that time, it clicks, and I take my necklace off.
And he sees that. So you remember as well.
I was an initiate. Yeah. I turned my back on him.
So tell me everything you do know. Because, I mean, he's writing down stuff in this book. He says, this explains why you were talking about Ravenmore. Do you know what's happened in Ravenmore over the years?
And I do not.
Says, that figures you've been so wrapped up in controlling Riddleport. The dead are attracted to that place. No one dare to go near it.
They don't know why?
No one is dared to go. Those that are attracted tend not to leave. It's almost like a beacon. I have not went there. I have had those come through here and speak of it.
Of heading there or heading...
Of seeing them in the area. This worries me due to the recent issues in the cemetery. You
With the...
speak of this, and these graves have been opened.
Mhm.
And I can tell you that so far to the grave, you can tell where they have been dug up, and then at some point they dig out.
Yeah, that... Actually, I think last time we were talking about that, I noticed that.
If you're so concerned, I'm going to ask you to go to that basement and make sure those things do not leave. Because though the fire could destroy them, you said yourself you could get from the well to there.
Mm-hmm.
And I would not like to see them loose outside of these walls. We have enough problems outside these walls. Those problems could multiply. You need to go back.
I will, how, you know what? Fuck it.
It's only like a almost.
No, I was gonna say how far out am I? I was going to.
It's like maybe 2.5 miles.
I was gonna say I'm gonna walk outside of town, but this is kind of urgent. I'm gonna go ahead and mount up on my horse and ride as hard as I can to get there as fast as I can.
All right.
I mean, the sheriff may be there already.
So you want to go to Habe Sanatorium, or you want to go to Wisher's Well?
I'm gonna go to Wisher's Well, go down and head that way.
Okay. So you ride hard, which doesn't wear your horse down, and you're gonna go through Wisher's Well.
Mm-hmm.
Cast Fire Climb.
Yeah.
Cast Visibility.
No.
So just spider climb.
Spider climb.
All right.
Let me mark it off.
So you climb down back through the tunnel through which as well. You go to where the boat was moored, and you start to make your way as fast as possible. Eventually, get to the point where you can smell the smoke, and takes you about an hour, and you get to where.
Oh, I forgot it took that long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you get to where. Let's say about 3:30. Well, you talked to that guy for a while.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say it's 4. And
I don't even make my boat.
yeah. Well, the boat don't leave till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning, so you've probably got a good 16 hours. And smoke heavily fills this room, but you can hear them, and it's starting to choke you as you come through the doorway. With all the smoke, you can start to smell it down the tunnel. Kind of take some of your cloth, put it over your
Yeah,
face.
that's what I was gonna say. Do I have, or do I hear people talking? Because I know the sheriff was talking about coming here.
No, you're in the basement.
Okay. I don't see like wind or anything like that to blow it away, but okay, I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna cover my mouth, and I get back to this room.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna let him out and fight him, all right?
No, I'm going to try to turn them and see what I can destroy first.
All right. Go for it.
Let's see, that's what I was reading on a while ago.
And you can feel the symbol slowly beckon to you, and as soon as you walk in, the ghoul, not a gas, he kind of crouches in the corner again, and he watches you intently as these zombies reach for you.
All right, give me a wisdom saving throw on all of them.
All right. Let's go to the zombies first. Zombie.
Do you like the Bad Wolves version?
Yes, I actually do.
It's very good.
And it's funny how they done that and then she died.
Well, she was going to record the day they were going to start recording. She died in her
No.
her hotel room.
All right. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna line these guys up, and we'll just go around the L.
Okay.
All right. 7,
Fail.
12,
Fail.
12,
Fail.
8.
Fail.
The other one is a 17,
That's a
and then the ghast.
yeah. So this one made it.
Yep.
Are these okay? If they're CR of 2 or under, I destroy them.
Okay. Well, they're all under CR2s. The ghoul.
Wait. No. Maybe one.
The ghoul is an 18.
He passes.
These are all not even ones.
I dusted them.
And this is all that's left. The ghoul, when you do this, he shrieks out. And it asks you why.
You will bring a plague amongst this world that I live in.
So will you.
Then it's my plague.
He says, no, it's not. And he looks at this symbol. You are a part of him as much as me. And it lasts.
It makes me sad because I still need to look into my past and research shit. When you said father, you didn't mean Habe, did you? Or did you mean Habe?
And he kind of looks at the symbol and he laughs again.
Have you been experimented on? Have you been cut on? Have you been?
He goes, and he shows you his arms, and there's nothing. Tells you blessed.
By him? And I point out the symbol.
He looks at it, he says, by Father.
Why are you jailed?
You said it yourself.
Play.
Mm-hmm.
How do I fit into this? Can you just see it on me?
He smells. And you can tell the smoke doesn't bother him.
Yeah.
When you do that, he'll grab this zombie and he'll smell it too. And then he'll like twist its head around, which doesn't hurt it any, and he just kind of pushes it away. And he comes up and he smushes his face into the bars and licks them. Tells you, you are no different from me. And he smells the air again. And his head kind of twitches. Roll me perception.
22.
They're coming. Do
Guards.
you hear them? And you can hear some of the guards upstairs. You hear, sounds like they're moving stuff around. Given the time, you're starting to think that this building, for the most part, is probably burnt down and it's collapsed within itself.
Yeah.
They're shuffling through things. And then you tell the sheriff about the basement?
Yeah.
You showed him.
Yeah, I told him about that.
He looks at you and says, will you let me do what I was born to do? Or will you anger him? And he looks back towards the symbol. The zombie all of a sudden, and its head's just kind of hanging off to the side and it's reaching for you.
I can't.
You hear from echoing from up the stairs, I found the basement. You've got 2 rounds before these guards show up.
I can't let this thing out. I can't let this thing out.
Okay.
If I do,
Roll me initiative.
okay. 10.
Well, you'll last.
Okay.
This thing, if it does anything, it will go first. Guards go second, you go last. You got 2 rounds. This thing comes to the door and pulls. Please him. Free me. And I mean, it's rattling the doors.
I have allegiances to him, man. I can't. Graw will, I can't do that to him.
Ooh, he pulls on the door, and you see one of its hinges break.
Oh yeah, I'll be back in.
I rolled 20, so the zombie's still here too. The guards are halfway down the stairs. What are you doing?
Let me read what this does real quick.
What are you casting?
Well, I think I'm going to cast Anti-Life Shell.
What's it say?
A shimmering barrier extends out from you in a 10-foot radius and moves with you, remaining centered on you. Hedged out creatures. Oh no, that doesn't. I thought this. It hedges out creatures other than undead. I thought it would keep undead away from me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought it would do.
So what are you gonna do? This end of this next round, you're gonna see these guards come around this corner.
If I do what it wants me to do, I'm going to forsake him. I will forsake Grawl.
10 seconds. What are you doing? 5,
I swing on it.
4. Okay, swing.
Not very good.
These things don't have a high armor class. You rolled a 9?
Yeah.
I'm sure you beat it. It's a 12.
Oh well, yeah. I have like a +8.
Okay, swing again.
Nope.
Ah, you rolled a 1.
You should me leave out my necro.
These don't have that.
11 damage.
You hack him and you manage to chop off like a whole section with his arm, and it's looking at you, and it's hissing really loud. You gotta be close up. It's going to reach you as much as it can with its other arm. It's trying to claw at you, and you step back, and you hear one of the guards say, "There's someone down here."
I yell, it's me. I yell, it's Oronok.
And they're here at the corner. What are you doing?
I am going to keep the good guy thing going with these people, and I'm going to attempt to kill this
again?
thing. Yeah.
Alright. Swing.
Like 20.
Okay.
Something.
I need you to roll me a dexterity check.
Okay. 15.
Okay, you beat me. I rolled an 8. And it tries to yell something to this guard.
This thing does?
Yes, and you cleave its head in two before it can.
Okay.
The guard here, he just kind of stands back as he sees you, just take your spouching through the guard. He pulls out his longsword and just starts stabbing through at this zombie. First thing he does is he hacks its hands off. And there's 3 of them. And I tell you, Hemlock didn't say you would be here.
I found out that these could spread a sickness through the world. I've dealt with things like this before.
He's kind of coughing. He's got his face covered up much like you do, and tell you, we need to get out of here before this place collapses. It's like, I've seen all the proof that the sheriff is going to need. We need to go.
Go ahead, I'll be behind you. I want to come in here and I want to like, I don't know, interact with that symbol, touch it or something.
All right. Roll me a d10.
Okay. It's way over there with you.
You got 6 rounds for this roof collapses.
Okay.
So what are you trying to figure out?
It was pulling toward, I felt like it was pulling me. I want to go, I want to touch it.
When you do you remember the vision you had of the hand coming up and the sword coming down?
Yes.
That's what you get.
I get that.
Mm-hmm. And then you feel hot and you freak out. You feel like you're on fire.
That's whenever I was in Grawl's office, wasn't it? Or study, wasn't it?
You feel like you're on fire. And then you see this figure burning, and the flames are snuffed out. And through the smoke, you see yourself, and your face is burnt, and you're naked, and you fall to the floor on your hands and knees, and you realize this was the first time you opened your eyes. And you can remember your eyes opening, and you could see the smoke coming off of you, and you're staring at a stone floor.
Okay.
The floor's starting to creak above you.
Yeah, I got to get out of here.
Okay.
If I don't deem it safe to go back this way, I will take the other way.
Well, I mean, roll me a d6. You have to take the tunnel.
Okay.
Because that's how many rounds it's been since you've been locked in this condition.
I see.
And you book it out the tunnel.
Okay.